YouTube is almost up. I'm just waiting for the video to start. Excellent. So, hello everyone. Here is Andy. Welcome to the bonfire. And today I'm Hobacop. Sorry for not wearing anything formal. No suit, no tie, no bow tie for this time. But I'm back, and this is in investigation stage 12, I think. And let's jump to our police investigation. I'm not sure how long I'll be streaming today, but I'll do my best. I just was really busy with different stuff in my life, and I've been missing streaming. And at the same time, Disco Elysium isn't a game you can just jump at and, you know, hack and slash. No, you have to have the right mood and the tune to this game, and be ready for voicing and reacting to everything. And yeah, let's do that. I remember we wanted to have a revision of our clothes and items, but I think let's postpone that for the sake of some advancement in the game. So this lady we want to talk to.
Hi, officer.
A woman in raincoat stands on the quay, considering an overturned boat. A sword in a scabbard hangs from her hip.
Anything I can help you with?
Well, I've got questions. The first is, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. What are the other ones?
She gestures toward the fishnets. The net picker Lillian with a sword. Is it a reference to Arcanum? There was this... I think it was Liliana who had her father sent to Isle of Despair. Maximilian, who was King's brother, elder brother, and he was just betrayed and sent to this prisoner's island. So is it a reference to her? Because there was this sword that you get as a reward for the quest. I'm not sure, but well, maybe I'm digging too deeply. So I'm looking for someone maybe can help. What do you do around here? Nice sword. I think I'm going to react to the sword straight away.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
She smiles at her own joke. It is imposing. Or, hold on, do you know how to use it? And isn't that what guns are for? Well, I think it is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation tactics?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Can I borrow? Why don't women arm themselves if it's so effective? And so we're all men now. I think, can I borrow that sword?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I use to keep these animals in check? You would put me in an early grave.
Her eyes are smiling as her hand moves to the hilt. Why don't more women arm themselves?
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
Behold, point to the expression on your face. I'm a proper man. Believe me, true, most people I've met are scared. Well, it's strange. The expression has vanished because we used our, what was that, electrochemistry to remove it from our face. Now we're a serious man. So I'll go with the third option, because telling her I'm a proper man is kind of lame.
Aye. No one wants to talk about how frightened they are. But only frightened people are really dangerous. And plenty of them are dangerous.
So where are all the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
She looks down. Wait, why? If they're thick-headed?
Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
Her expression doesn't change. It's hard to say if it's a joke. Wow. What a romance.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Where's your husband now?
Gone.
Gone where? Or covered? Or he disappeared? He disappeared. Sounds like a missing persons case again.
It absolutely does not. We are not going to look for him.
Kim, come on. You're such a fun spoiler. Lieutenant quickly interjects.
No. There's nothing to find. He's dead. Lost to the waves.
That's bad. What happened? Oh, I think I have to keep silent for a second.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
Yeah, there's nothing I shouldn't that. You should have thrown yourself in the waves after him, not sagely. Time really is the best cure for sorrow, isn't it? It absolutely isn't, and it's healthy to let go and move on. Gotta keep the wheels spinning. None of these options immediately called to me, but the most reasonable is the last one. I mean, the first one is quite, well, self-assured, too self-confident. Then number two is, well, nonsense. It's a custom of 6,000 years old when couples were buried together. And I just strongly disagree with the third statement because sorrow isn't cured by time. It's cured by reflection, thinking, probably therapy and counseling and, well, changing old routines and rails and 100 of things, maybe 1,000 of things, maybe 10,000, but maybe 10,000, but not just time. It's like saying that wisdom comes with age. It does not. So I'm going with the fourth option. It's the least ludicrous.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on.
Okay.
Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
Kids. She glances at the village where two little kids are playing with what look like rocks. Sorry.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Kim's presence makes it awkward. I can use suggestions. She needs to go on a date with another drunk badly. Oh, no. No, absolutely not. What's our suggestion, by the way? 0. I'm looking for someone. What do you do around here? Is that your boat? Let's first ask about her and then proceed to our business. I think it's going to be polite.
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
What else?
I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic insular Indian cuisine.
Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
That's true.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
Walking on the beach sounds quite romantic. Well, no, not to her. She is a practical woman who has to raise 2 kids. Romantic. Maybe she wants to go romantic, but, well, life has something better for her. Well, worse. I mean, I've never thought the sea brought anything particularly interesting.
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
She looks at the beach.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
I need to know about those human bodies, a mine. The RCM could use a mine. Where is it? Drugs and info on this. Imagine arc. Point to yourself. This place looks bad. Why don't you leave? Okay, enough about this place. Human bodies?
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
Okay, that was not the best option to pick, but I'm not going to load here. So I take it that's your skiff, point at the overturned boat.
Sure is. The Sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Sunny days.
Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, it's raining.
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
Is she delirious?
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the rain streaming down the yellow belly of the boat.
When do you think it will be ready? There is something we might have to check out on one of the islands, the origin of a shot.
Shot, huh? The boat will be ready when the sea turns and the winds settle. You can't command the weather, officer.
She gives you a short nod and replies.
My prediction, it will be at least 2 days.
Thank you, visual calculus. That's helpful. Then I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can help?
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
She tilts her head ever so slightly. I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently, over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
She looks slightly disappointed. Really?
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
That's it. I'm not looking for anyone else right now.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
I don't think you can, so be seeing you. I thought that would be a more fruitful conversation, but fine. I forgot. So, what's inside that door? There is a girl who... No, that's a closed door, right? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, now it makes sense. What is she saying? Is it never ending? The woman's next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed. And the melody is really endless. Cool.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty.
Okay.
Welcome to the fishing village.
Thank you.
Please lean in closer. I have cataract.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She opens her eyes. If you can't see, then how did you know I was here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come.
She beckons you toward her. Okay, lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
A shadow passes over her face. Okay, another unwelcome person.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
We okay, what he said, we're cops, we don't cause trouble, we take care of trouble, or we're cops, we are hellraisers, click click ban ban. No, the first option.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before.
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
She points to the building behind her, the closed one, I guess.
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What kind of an ill omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
Oh no, the apocalypse cop is coming.
That's you, all right.
Yeah.
A black hound licking your own heels.
I am an ill omen, alright? Or if I'm considered an ill omen, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
She waves her hand. Okay, that looks like a promising conversation. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast? Where could someone stay around here? What is in this fishing village? What's further down the coast? And tell me about yourself. Found this jacket. Whoa. Okay, jacket is interesting. First, I haven't inspected the jacket. I need to inspect it first. Where could someone stay around here? I want to be polite. Tell us about yourself, lady.
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
I lost my name.
These things happen occasionally. Don't worry. You'll find yourself once more.
Thank you.
She makes it sound like losing one's name was as common as a midlife crisis. Around here, it's probably even more common.
What's in this fishing village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
She sounds tired. What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
She grins.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Again, this game has such a liking to using this adverb pornographically, something pornographically poor, pornographically terrible. That reminds me, I wanted to keep it in mind and use it, but I think I failed, so that's a second chance. And I also wanted to point out that conceptualization and encyclopedia are really helping us out. It's like 1, 2, 3 triggers happen just in a small conversation, and that was 30 experience points. Can you imagine that? That's just insane what it does to us. 2 thoughts to be finished, by the way, but there is plenty of time. This place is pornographically poor. There's got to be something here. Tell me, who else lives in this village? Is there a way to make a little money around here? And other topics. Okay, let's go with the first option.
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
The woman smiles cryptically.
Riddles. Fits with the general ambiance here.
Lieutenant marks dryly and looks around.
Aye. Sometimes It's as though I'm also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing.
Her eyes grow wide with glee. Nameless nothing. It's if probably remember Planescape Torment. The character was the Nameless One, and as I know, the creators of this game were mostly inspired by Planescape Torment as a fundamental, beloved RPG, and Harry could be named the Nameless Nothing because Harry has lost his memory and he's suffering from amnesia and alcohol addiction and lots of other issues, and so he's literally nothing, as every new acquaintance and old acquaintance makes it clear to us, well, with few exceptions. So yeah, the Nameless Nothing, that's a nice nickname, by the way. I had to create an Instagram channel now, an Instagram account, I would have gone with this Nameless Nothing, but I'm using my name now. But actually started with worst name RF, which was worst name in the Russian Federation, but then I thought, well, it's kind of unnecessarily self-humiliating, and I have to stop that shit. And secondly, I wanted people to find me more easily, and I changed into just Andy Petrochenko, which is me. Which depends on the time of the day. So I'm lost too.
Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days.
Her expression betrays curiosity. I think I'm in a process of finding myself again. Maybe I should stay lost, just move here and disappear completely. No, I'd really rather go back to talking about the village. No, I think I'm going to find myself again.
Isn't that what people always think when they are lost? Something I can do for you to find your way, officer?
A fleeting smirk runs across her lips. There's got to be something here. Tell me.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
She waves her hand southwest. Southwest. The pox? What's that?
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain.
She looks toward the buildings to the south.
After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinderblock houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see.
What happened to the hospital?
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
She tightens the scarf around her neck. Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they are away right now.
She nods her head across the courtyard.
And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
I met Liliane and her daughter already? Oh, so Liliane's daughter... Wait a second. She said she had 2 children. How come?
Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left.
Haven't seen any drunks yet, though.
Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys.
She slowly shakes her head. Is there a way to make a little money around here?
Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
She lets out a dry chortle. Alright, there's another topic I'd like to address.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Her soapy thumb points to the building behind her. How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Oh, what options? What? Wait, hold on. You're just giving it to me? I'm not sure it's appropriate for the RCM to accept free accommodations, and there is this guy, Gog, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold. Well, Gog has a business, and we also almost ruined his place, so let's not dirty talk behind his back. So you're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
She tilts her head on the side, pondering over something. I'm not sure it's appropriate.
Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
The old woman shrugs. And why isn't anyone using the room?
My kids grew up and left like we do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
One more time. I can just have the room.
Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
She nods and looks at the shack. It would help me stay in touch with the proletariat, or this could be the first chapter of my rags to riches memoir. Now this is real Havashar and hospitality that God must be half keep to something. Unfortunate that incremental development hasn't elevated this neighborhood yet. I see potential here. Don't need much. This sounds just fine. I think I'll go with number 4. It's quite fancy.
Any day now. I'm sure of it. Are you interested or not?
Her eyes turn to the sky.
Sire, she doesn't believe things will ever improve around here.
You got yourself a tenant. Get keys to your new home.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the place.
A key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
He looks around and adds,
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room.
"Oh,
Should he? This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only. Drinking.
I see. I'm not going to drink anyway, Kim, don't worry. What's further down the coast?"
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
So the church is abandoned. Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
She smiles a gap-toothed smile and smells the air.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She frowns.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
I get the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on?
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
Interesting. You could look into this ruckus if you have the time.
What else isn't down the coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Which is it then? Apartments or electrical plant?
I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
Anything else of note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed.
Who'd want to come to a fish market here?
No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else.
That's it? There's got to be more along the coast.
What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
She drops a bar of soap into the bucket with a splash. We should have opened that bolt, because now it sounds very interesting. Goods and ammunition across the bay. That is not jammed shut. At least it wasn't jammed shut. Now there wasn't any option to interact with that door. What a shame. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She nods with a wrinkled smile.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
He points east.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
She turns to him. You know something, we're here to help. This isn't about the union, you know, you don't have to worry about retaliation, and this is like when that man locked himself in the woodshed. Just need to help her come out. I think we're here to help.
Aye, that you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon.
She shakes her head. I see you know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
Lieutenant turns to you.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Outer safe. And what was that update on the mission? Ask Scab Leader about tattoos. Yeah. Ask about Ruby in the village. The fisherwoman is hiding something. Look around, maybe get into her shack somehow. Why somehow? I'm going to get in the shack by my own key. And what was that? Dirty, where is it? Oh, interactable. Filthy jacket. I just want to ask about it, but before that I want to interact with it. This filthy rag has been the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural processes. You can't even tell what brand it is.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, but what's the crust made of?
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing.
What happened once someone put it on the railing?
The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then?
I'm just going to pretend I didn't think about any of this. Oh.
It's too late. You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck.
Let's flick my hands, because I don't want to make my pants dirty.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Wonderful. Cool. That's exactly what I wanted. So, damage morale. I have so many charges to heal it that I don't have to care.
Policeman.
Hey,
I
hey.
hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Unfortunately, the waves do keep me up at night. Metaphorical waves. Found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
She says after looking the jacket over.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Lieutenant says, rubbing his thigh. Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Must say, I'm proud of this one.
Half an hour
It's
lost.
pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
She nods, hand the jacket back to you. Goodbye, I'm off. A jacket. Let's check what the jacket is about. Ooh. Windbreaker. +1 pain threshold, +1 half light, -1 drama. Absolutely not for us. Not. I'm not going to wear it because it only talks about physical parameters, but pain threshold, remember, we needed to open the door in the cellar of the bookshop, and that might come in handy. I like the option. So, cool. Some advancement. There is some advancement. Should we explore what's inside this shack now? Let's
The
do it.
door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock the shack and enter with the key.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement and look for any signs of Ruby. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Okay.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
Right. See that. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, in-game time. That means 7 hours to spend investigating. A lot of people to question. A lot of people to question. Now, is our perception maximum? 7. Maybe let's make it 8 by what? By removing glasses, just in case. Let me explore all orbs. Do I still have this buff? No, I don't. You see the waves, they see the church, a church. No money got, so it means that we have dropped the thought that gave us money for green orbs, unfortunately. Okay. This intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth. Heat engine. Ooh, cool. In a shack. Old science fiction magazines, books about birdwatching, an almanac from 39. Why can't I use it to read? Some interactable things. What's that? Koroyev jacket. +1 logic. +1 logic. Well, I don't know. It kinda doesn't make much sense. Why can't I? Hey, I need more space now. Right, let's make it this way. What else? Can I sleep?
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
No time to rest now. Alright, understandable. Let's do interact. And if it is about interaction, encyclopedia might be handy. So let's bring it back. Whoa. Using a thermodynamic expander condenser cycle. Nice. That was encyclopedia, I guess. The floorboards creak under your step. Okay. What's there?
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others.
Mm-hmm.
The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the boards aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in there? What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though.
Mm-hmm.
Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Let's search through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
A bullet.
A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber.
This bullet isn't for breech loader like the murder weapon.
The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with.
Okay.
Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Okay. Interesting. Next.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
I think I want to shave, but let's...
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
Oh.
You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is, without the expression. It's just hairy.
So nothing new to be learned from the mirror. Should we shave ourselves? Hand-eye coordination. 1. I thought I have some improvement for hand-eye coordination, and that was with glasses. No. Oh yeah, this one. This one here. Save the game and proceed.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough, like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman. You use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
Feel your clean-shaven cheeks.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Was shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional.
Okay, then if this is what the game tells us, probably that was the right call. I mean, I look miserable at best, but we have to keep professional, you know, be shaved and stuff. I know I'm not shaved, but that's kind of my style now, so I hope you forgive me and my discrepancy with the main character. And yeah. Hey Kim, I'm back.
Yes?
So, I shaved. Point to your face.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
Lieutenant stares at your shaven face. His eyes narrow. He mumbles and he coughs. And what is it? You can tell me, Kim.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the...
He stops.
Yeah, damage. He means damage.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
The lieutenant gathers himself. Oh. You know what? I'm going back. I'm going back to unshaved. Or I'm not. Because I think I had this. Let's check if there was a save there. Yeah, that's me. I'm not going to shave. So, I'm going to wait a second. Ron. Yeah, this. No shaving. Back to business. The mustache looks fine, and we look maybe a bit disheveled, a bit, you know.
Yes?
Nothing. Was that transcend? Some nice scribblings on the wall. Okay, what about the bullet?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
She murmurs softly.
A bullet?
The tenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
She shakes her head. You rented the room to her.
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag after long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
Her wrinkled hand kneads a blue rag in the water.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
The tenant takes on his familiar blue notebook. Wow, another bunch of questions. Wow. You said she left on Monday.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Kim, she must have heard the Kinema.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
His voice is tinged with pride. Okay. Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No,
The truth, sire.
What is she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
She rubs her cold hands together.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back toward her shack thinking.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Do tell.
A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
Her life?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you, deep in thought.
She really believes that.
I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
She shakes her head.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieu she'd made.
She brushes her forehead with the back of her hand. Water drips to the ground.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
Yeah, I'm thankful. Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
The church, maybe.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
Her tone is without malice.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet?
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. Better for you to stay here. Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater.
She drops the rag in the bucket.
The failed electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
Yes.
What more do you want to know?
Enough. Good.
One
I'm
thing,
off.
officer.
Okay.
If you do find her, please go easy on her.
I will. She looks around. The air is getting colder.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
I shall deliver justice. And I shall deliver just justice. Is it something I can pick? No, I cannot. Can I interact with these children, or, I mean, separately, or they are connected?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Kids, have you seen any bad people around?
What bad people?
One of the twins looks up, his mouth slightly open.
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case.
Says the lieutenant.
Then we're definitely doing it.
It must be Lillian's twins.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
Explains the other one, tongue still lolling out of his mouth. I already said that.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Wow, so intellectually stimulating.
Is little Lily your sister? Point to the house.
Yes.
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 That's it. You're being laconic about it.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means.
Of course. You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
The other one says, yeah, I just said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt.
You're bad with kids.
Lieutenant remarks with evident glee. Well, I don't like the third option, definitely, and I don't agree with that. And I'm not really sure I should say yes, I am yes, because it's the game which forced me to behave like that. So what are you, Kid Master General?
Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
Yeah, I'm not going to call children stupid, so I'm leaving, I guess. Who I haven't talked to yet? I think those drunkards and... yeah, these drunkards. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, tequila!
Idiot Doom Spiral. What would that be? Another wonderful name. A 30-something man clad in two-piece lycra TM tracksuit puts down his pilsner and extends his hand as greeting. Oh,
Good to see you.
good to see you.
How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
He picks up his beer. Wait, tequila.
Yeah, tequila sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Do we know each other?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang.
Probably I was drinking and I met him.
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
Okay. Not too hot, I'm on a 42-year losing streak. Reality, it makes me aggressively sad. Don't know, people tell me I'm a cop, I'm getting used to that. Have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will, I am the law. And, well, nice meeting you, but I've got to go. I love these first two options, absolutely, so I'm going to take a screenshot. People tell me I'm a cop, I'm getting used to that.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker?
He thoughtfully picks at his shit-stained lycra tan jacket.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
Yes. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
No.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
He looks at his comrades.
Please don't go. Don't go.
Whoa. He is on the ground, actually. Bags the man in the pipe.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
Pirate's life. Yo-ho-ho. That's nice. Drink to that. What is a tequila sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. Your tequila sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
I don't.
No, you sure don't.
No.
I don't think you're ready for that grade of reality yet. It'd be ill-advised for me to tell you. You gotta go do the intro yourself. Come back when you've been to the motor carriage. Tequila.
He sips his beer.
He points toward the waterline with his bottle.
So, can you tell me the tequila sunset story now?
Didn't I already say? I don't want to be the one who breaks it to you. You have to get acquainted with the event first. It'd be irresponsible.
The man shakes his head. His gray eyes look into yours.
You need to face up to it. Go to the sea. Inspect the machine.
Is it that car that's sinking down? Okay, be seeing you.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
Right. What next? Uh-huh. Grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Could it be that it was me who smashed the billboard with a car?
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who's Abigail?
Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
He draws out a disgusting snort and mumbles, waving a finger in your general direction.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Have you seen any women around here lately?
Abigail? Abigail, where are you?
His voice perks up, then trails into a string of random babbling. Who are you? What's your name?
Don't call Abigail.
Okay, his eyes move around critically. No, sorry, critically. Erratically. The look in them hazy and unfocused. I think my look is hazy and unfocused, sorry. Where am I? What is this place? Oh, that's a reference to GTA 4. I'm not going to spoil, but there was a heartbreaking scene. And Abigail, well, I thought it was a reference to Witcher the First, but of course that's just a name and could be anywhere.
The man hiccups, then mumbles something unintelligible.
Hey, I'm an important official investigation and demand you answer my questions.
There's no use in yelling at drunks. He's barely holding it together.
He interjects.
The drunk man starts coughing, a really disgusting, hacking cough.
Why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Of course, lean in.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
His breath smells harsh like a toxic swamp as he whispers to you. Then he waves his hand as if shooting you away.
Don't call.
The man stammers. Slowly his head nods off to the side and he passes out, tongue dangling from his mouth.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
Ah, what a shame. There was one more line to...
Don't call. Don't call her.
The drunk man speaks in his sleep. Drool dribbles from the left side of his mouth and down his jacket lip. Hey, wake up!
There's no waking him from his stupor. His mind is elsewhere.
Elsewhere. The third man.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
He spreads his arms as if wanting to embrace you.
Does he actually know you? Or is he just shopkeep friendly?
What are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
300 real. Pilsner, speed, smokes, no, thanks. Friend, do we know each other?
Sure, friend. You know it.
He points a finger pistol at you and squeezes the trigger.
Don't mind old Rosemary here. He's a buffoon. Let's have a word after your high-concept transactions. I'll give you the lowdown.
The tracksuited man waves his hand at you. Amphetamine.
Aye, by amphetamine I mean speed.
I think you didn't hear me when I said I'm a police officer.
Sure did, buddy boy. That's why I said amphetamine. I mean speed. I mean amphetamine. I got both.
He taps the side of his nose.
While the grand bourgeois in La Delta are so rich, they literally float above the law. This merry company crawls so far beneath. They too are rendered virtually untouchable. The beauty of extremities.
Well, actually, that's a good point. I'm going to take a screenshot as well. I thought by speed you meant amphetamine.
Aye, that's what I said.
Right, got it.
Good, my man. Now what can I offer you?
He takes a chug from his beer bottle. He reminds me of that seller in Vampires Bloodlines the Masquerade. Or Vampires Masquerade the Bloodlines. Vampires the Masquerade Bloodlines, I think it is. I've been trying to remember the name of the game for, I think, 10 years, as much as I've been playing it, and still I can't remember where the words go. Is it Vampires the Masquerade Bloodlines, or is it Vampire Bloodlines the Masquerade? Hell, I have to check after the stream. Quite the business venture you've set up here.
Oh, the system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
He gets a proud gleam in his eyes. What do you mean?
You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor XII, sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook.
Look at me now, feeling emotions. He spreads his arms and smiles a crooked, toothless smile.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
I'm already hooking for Kuno, I think. Or looks like you're on your own hook too. Or impressive entrepreneurship. Point to his wise stand. I approve. Or got a permit for this little shit show? Permit?
Permit? Who gives a shit? Do you want to buy something? Grease the wheels, buddy boy.
He doesn't really listen to you. Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
He brings out one little bottle with his with bluish liquid. Okay, let's let him speak.
You know, it's funny actually.
He bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his pilsner and stares at you intently.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
Keep him talking.
What do you mean what? What did you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
He says and shakes his index finger at you. Where did you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you.
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
His voice rings with pride. That's a good tip, I should remember it. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and medicinal spirits. Is it for that book that we have? Lemons, butter, spirits.
It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
He gets visibly angry. Have they no shame taking money for a service they provide?
But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies.
He gets an excited gleam in his eyes.
Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol.
He shakes the bottle.
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
He nods at his companions. I thought it was 300 real.
Yeah, you thought right. Don't even try to sneak anything past old Rosemary here. I got all senses locked on you, buddy boy. So what will it be?
You said it 3 real just now, but at first you asked 300.
Aye, that's what I said just now. 300 real. Don't you try to trick me, buddy boy. Now you want it or not?
He points his finger in your general direction.
You acted with great compassion and dignity, not taking advantage of this man. Praise thine honorable heart.
Okay, I think I do. Might be useful.
300 real and it's yours, as promised. Best shit around.
So I thought it, and you know what? I can pay 3 real for the spirits.
Finally came to your senses, buddy boy. Ain't nobody else gonna give you a price like that. Had to let life squeeze you to get that, huh?
The man starts laughing to himself. So, can I get it for that?
Sure, friend. A bottle of high-quality spirits coming right up. That'll be 3 real, and you're practically robbing me at this price.
Okay, let's get the spirits.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
I'm off.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
He waves you off. Okay, we bought the spirits. I don't know what for, but I have a hunch that it might prove to be useful at some point. 8 real. What? I bought it for 3. The liquid has an unearthly blue tint. kind that might or might not, but definitely does glow in the dark. This is 98.7 pure alcohol. Keep it away from an open flame. Aha. And the quest is... the horrific necktie is getting not ready for the end game. For the love of God, do not remove it till the magic happens. What? Excuse me? What was that? Okay, I've got the... I'm not sure I understand, but probably the game will... What is going on? Right, forget it. This one has no new information for us, and we can finally proceed. I want to... What's that? Harry? Something to say? Some commentaries? No? Not really. Alright then. We have talked to the lady here. We have talked to Joyce. We haven't yet explored this broken vehicle because that will take 2 hours. I can't afford to spend 2 hours on that. There is this trap that I don't remember if I have.
Nothing has changed.
I have checked it already. Right. Let's then go back to the place where we started our village exploration and check if I can do anything here again. I'm just afraid to miss some important things. And I also don't remember where should be the third trap. What? What are they doing? My characters. My dear, dear characters. So here there is... what? A bench. And some rubbish lying around, but nothing else. Okay, I want to remember... Dead body, inspect the traps. Check the trap Morel just set up in the cryptozoologist camp. Check the trap near the boathouses west of the Feld building. West of the Feld building. Aha, I think I understand. I think, I'm not sure. Right, but let's check. West of the Feld building, but isn't this one the Feld building? No, it's not.
This is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But
Look around.
the reeds by the abandoned campsite sway and tremble while the snow falls all around. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Okay, let's reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. Say nothing.
The lieutenant stretches his back.
I don't want to argue with Kim about the possibilities, but I'm suspecting that if it is... I'm suspecting that if there is such a mission, there should be something connected to it. And why is this still interactable? Should it be not interactable anymore?
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall. With another 7 shades, a cold...
So no new information, but we can always replay that scene with the characters. But apart from that, there is nothing even with our perception boost. But we don't have the perception boost, right? Because we have -1 from the glasses that give us encyclopedia boost. Okay, the final trap.
It takes you a moment, but finally you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds.
Okay, let's look around.
Behind you, The ruins of a residential building loom over the reeds. They whisper amongst themselves, confidently. Snowflakes cling to their shivering stems.
I think it was confidentially. Reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Look closer.
No locust.
Okay.
No phasmid either. But still.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
It's a phasmid. We have to look intently. The lieutenant studies the trap with you.
The netting is a little untidy. Messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
Doesn't look like he thinks you're right, and he adds for clarity. Final phrase.
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow of the felled building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you ask the wind again?
Shivers. Most, I think, mysterious skill here to me, shivers. I don't get how they should work, what they should give, but apparently they play a big role in this phasmid hunt. And the game told us to go have a look at this building again, because, as I suspected, there must be some entrance. There was a staircase.
You see, a slogan used to intertwine
Step
with
closer.
lips. Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Felled electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. Felled Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Lieutenant points behind it.
Why single out this one building?
Whoa. Shivers. 3%. 3%. Ooh. Do we have shivers bonus? T-shirt gives shivers bonus. And RCM patrol cloak gives this bonus. Something else, scented scarf gives the bonus. How many things give me shivers actually? Something else? Half-light? No. Electrochemistry? No. I think that's it, but that's already what? 4, so must be enough to crack that.
The once bright mural
3%.
towers above you, saying, Felled Electrical.
Should I invest 1 point here? I don't want to. I don't want to invest a skill point into something very remotely useful. Very, very remotely useful. So maybe there is something that decreases our... No. Should I brute force it? Let's try.
The once bright mural towers. Suddenly, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. you only hear distant waves washing the coast. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay.
Lieutenant sighs and gets a hold of himself.
She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. If I were a murder suspect, I would not hide in the most prominent building here. But who knows? Maybe she's reckless.
Or spiritual. She could be looking for refuge.
Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas?
And if that fails, if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
He looks behind him at the dark red box scrolling against the chasm.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you.
You know what? I'm really tempted to actually invest into Shivers. What if...
The once bright mural
8%.
towers above you, set a breeze.
I'm going to brute force that because I'm really curious, very curious what it will disclose to us. And well, if it doesn't disclose anything very revelatory, I mean, I probably will load again, but for now...
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R and... The once bright mural, a breeze, like...
Because we let that door, the bunker door, be closed, right? And I don't want it to happen again, that we lose an opportunity to have some fun in this game, some secret to be revealed.
The once bright mural, a breeze.
Again, 8% chance. As you remember, we did that already several times with 8% chances, and I know it's possible even with the with 3% chances if you get 1-1 on the dice roll. And yeah, so Shivers, close, billboard.
The once bright mural, a breeze.
Again, failed attempt. Will do it. I am determined. Maybe I'm also so enthusiastic. It's because I'm really hungry for some action in the game, some stuff
The
to
once
happen.
bright mural, a breeze.
Okay, that was another failed attempt. And once again, Shivers, level up.
The once
Proceed.
bright mural. Suddenly,
Okay.
there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you,
Uh-huh.
moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What's happening?
She's down there.
Say I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells.
Good, good. Yes. cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there?
He seems incredulous. Call it a gut feeling.
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Point to it. Perhaps we can climb it? Enter through the roof?
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
What's wrong with that?
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Let's assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground, and you're 180?
Well, I don't remember what's my size, but something like that seems about right.
Not to mention that the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
Excuse me?
Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
The lieutenant stares at you stone-faced. I don't know what is happening, but teleportation is a thing. Just needs a bit of concentration.
Okay, let's say teleportation is a thing. Wouldn't you need some kind of scientific apparatus to create a teleportation field? You can't just do it without apparatus.
What are they talking about?
The kid behind you whispers, asking his father.
Teleportation, Mikhail. It's generally thought impossible.
It won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
Teleport to the roof? With Sebafair? What? Okay, I'm going to save the game here. Just with a general save. And wow. Okay, Sebafair it is. We have something for that, I guess. That was the track pants, and something else gave us a boost. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Okay, and probably something else. Are you sure there is nothing else that can improve the parameter? I thought there was something else. Maybe something decreases it, no? No, nothing else influences the parameter. Right.
The rusty ladder leads
28%. I'm going to... sorry for this blinking. I'm going to save the game and
the rusty ladder
try
leads to the roof on
of course, but that just, I mean, isn't it fascinating? He suggests teleporting to the roof. Teleporting. How is it supposed to work even? I mean, now I'm just curious beyond my comprehensible
the
level.
rusty ladder leads to the roof on second thought.
Okay, that was unsuccessful. Confirm. Wow, that becomes really insane. I just want to see what happens. Will he just teleport, really?
The rusty ladder leads to the roof on second thought.
Come on. Come on, game, please. Stop that. The fourth attempt should work, I guess. Must. So, what would that be?
The rusty ladder
28%.
leads to the roof. All
Success.
you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
Do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
What?
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
What?
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
I did it, Kim. I teleported. Or don't glow, just stand there like a Simon Master. I think the second option is the most... the most becoming of us.
You know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Okay. That was worth it, and we have a thought that's finished processing.
Fairweather T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
Cool. But I don't have much for now. I only have this what? The oh, gauntlets, I think. Yeah. Green orb. The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. I wonder where this all is taking us. Drama and sunglasses to encyclopedia. Back to encyclopedia. And what I should be wearing? Composure. I think I should be wearing composure. I don't know why, but seems legit. So, proceed to the ladder. For the record, he said, you didn't teleport, you just climbed with your closed eyes. Well, a human is capable of many things, including climbing with closed eyes. We're inside some building. That's what? Hey. Postcard Martinez 98. And this one is another thing to use to go downstairs. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Okay, and I think we have no way but forward. No problem. Ooh. Whoa. The catacombs. And Kim. Wow. Very cool. Very, very cool. So many thoughts are flying around. So let's let Kim inside first and foremost.
Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Who's there?
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get this door open.
Okay, let's push the doors open.
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the two metal panels slide open with a creak.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
How did you even get there?
After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before.
He's quite proud of himself.
Could have saved me the effort.
At least now we have an exit, so let's get going.
What?
It's time to investigate these passages.
Passages. Investigate the passages, and we haven't even investigated the church. Just crazy. Felled, ladder to the roof, building and let him to explore the passages below the felled building. What's that? You should take out your flashlight. Ah, thank you. That's a good idea. But if I take the flashlight out, I also need my pry bar as well. That is... This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Okay, understood. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. And antiquated office furniture, last century maybe. That's how I get inside, I guess. Then old file folders in the cart, documents still a little bit mold. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. Inside the box, intersolary suit jacket. Plus one suggestion. Rubbish. Complete rubbish. What else? This is... In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Oh, thank you. Very cool. +1 to Mazovian socioeconomics. Revolutionary hat. Mazovian socioeconomics, I think I have disposed of. Hey, he does look like me. Krasmazov thing. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, Asian flyers and brochures. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. And there, the same slit window you saw from the outside. And
a mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Let's brush the dust of the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
It's Krasmazov. What a troublemaker he was.
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
A long time ago? How long?
Half a century.
Whoa.
This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing.
He looks around.
I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
What's this still doing here?
What most people think of as history has a tendency to linger in random neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Maybe I should move on here. Seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Could it be connected to the Mazov bust we found in the students' room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
He looks at the dust. Okay, let's leave. Let's leave. That's interesting. That was very, very interesting to discover such a relic. But now let's proceed. Anything else to disclose in the vicinity? Doesn't look like that. Okay, what's that? Footprints in the sand. One of the soles appears more worn than the other. Aha! You're on the right track, we are. What's that? There's something in the air and a natural buzzing. And this one is... The tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around. Okay. Running. Stop. It's getting louder, the buzzing sound. And...
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Hold on, you really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous.
I saw them too, footprints with the right sole and smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinaise. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
We've met the Union leader, but haven't gotten any info from him. Maybe we should talk to him more first?
You're right. However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, but...
In this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean.
We know what Joyce knows about the murder, but I may have other things to discuss with her.
Yes. There won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now, but...
If you must.
Suddenly remembered we're running the serial number on the victim's armor.
You think we should finish running it now? Maybe you're right. It might not be as useful later.
It's a minor point. Don't worry too much about this. There are bigger fish.
We've checked the buoy with Class C's documents. I want to hear her take on why it was empty before.
Okay, why not? Whatever goes down might also affect her. The Union is watching her closely now.
Not closely enough, you suspect. But still, good idea to visit her once more.
Do you think whatever happens will affect our cryptozoologists?
You mean Morel? I don't see how cryptozoology and the murder investigation are connected. But the situation in the city will get tense for everyone.
If it gets that tense, the amateur zoologists might not be able to do their job.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
He smiles in the dark.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
Lieutenant's whisper echoes down the tunnel.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
So... that means we shouldn't be going deeper, I imagine, because we have a lot of stuff to complete before that. And let's get back to the ground. Let's get back to the ground, to this location here. We have what? The church to investigate, and actually lots of other places. I have a suspicion. All right, so guys, what do you think about my glorious climb up now? Do you think it was impressive?
Hello again.
Oh, no, they are unimpressed. That's weird, but fine. Fine with me. Have I talked to everyone in this location? There was a corpse, yes, but I think there were some people. Or no? No, there weren't any people. Sorry. Then I just must have a quick walk around to make sure that I haven't missed anything. And if I haven't, I'll go and report the husband's case to that poor lady, telling her husband has perished in a very nasty accident. That's a long run for us. That's the church entrance, which we'll pay attention to later. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not losing anything here. Can I open this door now?
An old door, worn by element.
No. It's still not interactable. What shame. Shame. I have a suspicion that the church could contain an entrance to the underground tunnels, but apparently it's not the case. So how do I fast travel? Why can't I fast travel from here? That's a shame. I need to go to Martinez, and to go to Martinez, I imagine I have to approach the church. That will trigger the fast travel option. Am I right? No, I'm not. At least not yet. Probably have to go closer to this place, because the first time when I saw that message pop up was here. And still no fast travel. Why would that be? Maybe here? Well, no, seriously. What's wrong? Why can't I fast travel? I thought I could use this benefit. What am I doing wrong? It's very unintuitive, you know? It's very counterintuitive. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I'll just walk all the way down the coast myself, I guess, because there are no options for me. I have to. Fine. What can I say? And the map also forgets that I opened it last time, and so just decides to switch back to the quests. I'm getting annoyed a bit by that uncooperative style from the game. Maybe it didn't just like our cheating, the way we handled that case with entering the underground system, but who cares? Also, remember this place? Strange place that I couldn't enter. Maybe I wasn't supposed to enter it at all. Waterlock. Crossing it and going to talk to the lady whose husband was missing. By the way, the road workers have disappeared. I can now buy the speakers, but what for? I don't know yet. Hey, woman, where are you? Maybe she's inside the shop? Could it be so? And we also can try and smash the door open now with our pain threshold. A bit more abusing. Woman isn't anywhere to be seen. So, lady, got news?
Hello again.
No news. Could you remind me what this door has?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets
Pain
and charms.
threshold.
It appears to be locked.
Pain threshold. Let's increase pain threshold. This one. And no. Okay. What else? Physical instrument. Shivers. No. Doesn't help. Doesn't help either. This jacket goes... no place for clothes. That's so terrible. Right. I have changed my what? I have changed my jacket. I think now I can successfully
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you,
Success.
Covered in dozens, if not
Woohoo!
hundreds, of little body-shaped trinkets. and
Damage to
charms.
health.
It appears to be locked.
I'm going to heal myself now, yes.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Lieutenant stares at you as you stand there, silent and brooding. Let's smash into the door again, wordless. I hope I don't get hurt again. That was impressive, I must say. And loading now. Loading into what, I wonder? Ooh, what's this place? Interesting. Okay, some thoughts.
Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
No, I'm just a disempowered individual trying to take my disempowerment out on everyday objects.
Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that, too?
No, I actually feel sorry for the things I've destroyed. I'm sorry, milk carton.
You're right. That's definitely not the behavior of a destroyer at all. That's just severe anger management problems and a disregard for property rights.
But we've broken into the place. And sand is dripping from the punch bag. And this one is... The poster says Citius Fortis, the rest is worn off. This is Contact Mike, the boxing champion. Is this? Question. What's that on the floor? Shot put ball. And this one is worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. And the thought was circulating, smells like leather and sweat. And we can try this bar out. What's here? The hallway is blocked by old window panels and debris. But can I find anything else here or just... Aha, I must equip my flashlight. Maybe that will assist us somehow, no? Yeah. What's that? A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. What the hell? So many things here. I thought. Looks like the remains of the 24-hour window repair shop. A naked mannequin torso, strange yellow color. Inside, money. What was that sound? Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth-bitten. Inside, money again. Here. Keys with slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. And inside, production schedule, filament, memory, price 10 real. Ooh. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. Why this episode is full of some decrepit areas? Is this Emma's atelier? How do I get there? Aha, I see now. Scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. And what is this door, I wonder? Inside, I can find...
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
I want actually to find the brush, I just remembered. I need to finish my mural.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Let's turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Let's look inside the compartment.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
What a sound.
The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Let's insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Okay, let's press play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean that glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
This is the police. Please open the thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
The voice in the machine asks again. She sounds cold and damp air. Is it my birthday?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Password. I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
Still no.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Whoa, so conceptual. And what's that, this interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
You hear her ask when the connection finally improves. After the static drowns, her response. What are you, a machine, or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Lieutenant whispers into your ear. Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
For the first time you hear her chuckle through the rustle of static.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Let's press print.
Nothing happens.
Then we have to look for the password. And
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Kadran mosaic files are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Wait, who is the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Il Mara. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The lieutenant leans closer, his finger tracking the Medellin rhythm. Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean. What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Well, maybe the password is here.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Let's inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Let's examine the welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Tuorg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Tenant can't help but comment. Why would anyone spend so much on this? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? Have so many questions. One of them is a Welkin supremacist. Or, well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins. I want to talk about the supremacism, sorry.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Lieutenant nods at the Welkin's facial hair. Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
I agree, and I think I belong to these people. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? Have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Well, this has been education. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Okay, the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Okay, let's inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss, an abyss of production. These squares look orderly, but beneath them is chaos, worry, pain. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Okay, let's keep reading what happened.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Let's inspect the notes, hoping that there is a password.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." The full text reads, "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
I think the password could be one of these phrases. Okay, Kim, what do you want?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program.
No, that's not it. I think
Lieutenant takes a step back, stippling his hands.
it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with heat death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Who should they give money to? What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Lieutenant tilts his head, thinking they were insane if they thought they could do this, or it was just a play to cheat money out of the investors' pockets, or the world is cold and lonely, this would keep the company. Let's finish it. Do you have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. Yeah, let's be sponsors.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
A half smile breaks out on his face. He says this phrase looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl and the rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving. But the password, I think I can guess it.
Tiles on the cube are still the speaker.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. It's good.
Password.
Please proceed.
Don't worry.
Fortress exit. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering.
So, failed. No password for us. Is it so? Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Another room. The floorboards creak. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. And this? Postcard Delta 51. And this one is another Tolkien thing.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney.
Let's knock on it.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Let's knock on it harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder. Oh, 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 I just...
You feel something in your
died.
chest. An unnatural pressure.
Yeah.
It's spreading to your left arm. Your jaw. No. It's many years of combined self-neglect and self-abuse.
Let's try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness.
Okay, I died, I know. Can I just load the game without all these screens and loading? Thank you. Okay, that what? Those curtains we now know kill us if we try to slam through too aggressively. But we'll have to come back, and we know they're there. Okay, what's that? Poor animals, no rest for their bodies after death. Oh yes, that's true. And I think that was empathy speaking, and as well as I could be speaking in this case. Kim, you wanted to talk here, I remember. Kim, I remember you wanted to talk here.
Yes?
Did I miss the opportunity to talk to Kim about something here? Hell, I should have clicked that. Now, what will happen if I go back to the bookshop? Will the woman be very angry with me? Or she'll let me leave? Survive her wrath? Hope so. Well, doesn't look like she actually cared. So, anything to say?
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop.
Sometimes it's necessary to resort to extreme measures.
I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape.
His shoulders slump as if a heavy burden lies on them. What are you talking about? Just a door.
Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well.
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Host Almighty, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the door. Blessed be your name.
Cursed? But I thought the curse wasn't real.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman.
She shrugs, visibly dejected.
All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do. But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity?
Her eyes narrow as she whispers the name. The entity? No, I don't think so. I don't want to support this woman's blabbering.
Yes, the malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the shape of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she knows more about the curse than she lets on ever since I first saw her.
Chimneys aren't big enough for anyone to live there.
No, this chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
Had a few more questions about the curse?
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirit.
How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Her voice drops to whisper. She peers at the curtains again.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements.
What kind of a life you should have had that you're such a mess, such a... such a concoction of infantile, immature beliefs.
There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you.
Something wrong with
Ever
you.
since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
And you have a daughter you're responsible for, and you're putting all this shit into her head. Oh my god.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Her eyes narrow as she tries to get a read on your energy. Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well? Pointed her necklace.
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
She holds the pendant in her palm. Its ochre heart glistens under the lights.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people. Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you.
Honestly, it seems like this pendant thing is a scam. You could be doing so much more.
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts.
Yeah, I see that.
I know what to do and what to avoid.
She nudges her spectacles. Have you ever thought about a sale? Maybe this could lure in some customers?
Discount my wares? I can see, sir, that you don't value books very highly.
I do, because I've bought them for the price that you asked for them.
Besides, this would only tempt the phantoms of doom. They can sense the desperation, you know.
What about the wards on the back door? Are they Simonese as well?
Yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here.
Never mind, I had other questions. Actually, no questions. I'm going to leave just... And a new thought has been processed.
Homosexual underground.
Yay!
Maybe you should stop obsessing about your own and other people's sexuality. Feels like it's about time to do that. You thought about this for 8 hours. Not only should you stop, you should tell Kim you've stopped obsessing about other people's sexuality too. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Unless you already got him killed because you were obsessing about your sexuality. There's no way of telling from within your brain. But for your own sake, please say you didn't.
Right. That's very, very, how to say, mysterious. I'm going to explore that later when we have a chance to talk to Kim in some privacy. Not that we have no private areas with him to be in, as we are detectives and we lurk in the darkness constantly. So, Kim, do you have to say something here again? I'm sorry
Yes.
for... missing the chance. Oh my god. And I haven't yet used this bar, but I will later. I suspect that it will kill me as much as that thing killed us previously. There was this door. Where does it lead us? I think I have a suspicion it leads to the... No, it can't lead there. It probably leads to the roof. Does it? No. What is this? My god. Freaking hell. Four skill points to spend. Whoa, you know what? I'm saving the game here, guys. It's been a long path today. I mean, not very long, but longer than I expected again, which is fine. But I think it's a wonderful cliffhanger to stop at and just enjoy this bear next time, which looks like a fridge we were talking about. The fridge we were talking about, and that's... I mean, Disco Elysium is very, very saturated with these dialogues, and every time I stream it, my head almost bursts with information, which is really overwhelming, and the game isn't as dynamic as many other games, of course. On the other hand, every conversation calls to you. I mean, every conversation you're reading is like, wow, I know that, or yeah, I feel that, or I've thought about that, or how infuriating it is what she is or he is saying, or how annoying she is, and it's never, or he is, and it's never indifferent. I mean, I'm never like, yeah, whatever. It's always something gripping, something fascinating, and I can only compliment the level of writing in the game, and that I haven't even paid attention to the visuals, and I'm sorry for that. I probably have to have a proper look around, but that's partly because I'm trying to be in a hurry a bit, as it's the first playthrough and you're not as contemplating as you should be probably, and I think I have to eliminate that next time I play. And I'm also considering switching between two different games. I mean, Disco Elysium and maybe playing something else, just not to get too how to say, one-sided, like that on the Disco Elysium, and I occasionally want to play something more dynamic, and I also want to stream it to do it with you guys, and yeah, probably I'll be just bouncing, juggling several games at the same time. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate, and hello to YouTube, and see you in next episodes. Bye bye. All the best.